Alright, you pieces of shits, welcome back to Warming Up because I'm garbage. Right? I hope that was entertaining. Little finger wiggles. I mean, even if it wasn't entertaining, you've had to look at it now, so get fucked. Okay, anyways. Yeah, warming up because I'm garbage. Like, subscribe, or don't fuck off my channel, right? Preferably the former, right? Ideally the latter. And I wanted to be a lazy piece of shit today and just draw lines and practice my line work, but we're actually going to use our brain and not be a lazy piece of shit. So come along, grab your pen, pencil, but ideally pen, right? And draw with me, ASMR gooning. That's still my favorite thumbnail. It's like my third video. But yeah, if I'm trying to be art god, not even trying, if I'm going to be an art god, right, we have to be resolute. If I'm going to be art gods like to think. You know, we like to, that's right, you have to identify as one as well. We like to put all of our effort into the craft, right? And that's what we're starting off with today. Yep, some more add, subtract, and rotate. that's that's the warm up. What the fuck? Fucking got some cock stuck in my throat. And then what can we do? Okay, so that's clearly a subtraction. But maybe we can add something as well. I subtracted an ellipse. I subtracted an ellipse subtraction here. It's time to do some addition. We can add a... If I add a cone... like so. I don't even know if this is correct, by the way. I don't think it is. Yeah, I think I fucked it up. It's not supposed to be here. Oh, okay. I know where I fucked up. Right. It was going okay, but if I were to subtract, if I were to add a cone, it was added right around here. I'll do this angle again. We could just add another cone here. Or should we add a cylinder? No, cylinders are too easy. Spheres are also too easy. I think cone is just what's left. If I add it like this direction. Something like that. Right? I think I know what the mistake here was. Where... Okay, I'm recording, cool. So if this is the plane, maybe should have been something like this instead, right? So then maybe something like that, where this is kind of what would be underneath. Maybe that doesn't make much sense either. Well, let's try to understand this. If this is adding, then what was I doing? This clearly wasn't me adding it. It kind of seems like it's just it's an addition, but it's not really intersecting, right? It's kind of just sticking out the logic. So maybe we should just ignore this for the time being. Let's just do these two things. Well, I did try to keep it simple, or I did want to keep it simple. So let's kind of move along those lines. Fucking this mic gonna fall off, I swear. Okay, so let's flip it around and let's do something like this. There you go. We're just gonna ignore that. This is just gonna be a normal box subtraction. Okay, so which direction is this coming from? Then let's try to think about it. If I'm rotating it upwards, maybe something like this. This is probably technically incorrect, but I do like trying it out. Know what I mean? Okay, and it goes a little bit past. Cones are actually very difficult to add, so I might just keep practicing with that. And this angle is also very difficult to draw from. But I think I did an okay job. But this is fucking stupid. You know what I mean? This doesn't look right to me. Because it looks like a one... That's the thing. It looks like a two-dimensional slice. Right? It doesn't look like a... Because this is obviously... the cone that I'm kind of thinking of, right? Even here it's not perfect, but why does it look like a slice? Maybe the issue is I just need to understand what a cone is. Yeah, see, a cone has a much more of a curve at the end, so I'm trying to think about this. Let me rest my brain. Why the fuck is my voice so high pitched? I'm trying to think about this. Let me rest my brain. I'm trying to think about this. I will now commence thinking. Oh, there you go. Now my voice is back. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of jizz, bro. What the fuck? Okay, the main thing to think about is just the fact that these are all just infinite ellipses, right? Contours, as it's explained by Artwad. Antonio Artwad. Just gotta. I guess that's my little thing, right? I just have to say that 3 times, and then I summon. then I summon him behind me, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Plagiarizing my content, you piece of shit! You don't understand, Antonio. I'm just trying to learn. Please don't shove that ruler up my ass." Joke's on me. It's not a ruler. It's a fine liner. Okay, that's more of a cone. So if this is, I think the issue is the fact that, yeah, it's two-dimensional because this is cutting off awkwardly, right? That doesn't result in the proper ellipse. Maybe this is a bit better, but this is also two-dimensional. Okay, so it's 2 things. This is at the incorrect angle, and then this isn't at a deep enough curve, or sorry, a wide enough curve. Deep enough curve, what the fuck does that mean? A wide enough curve. Yeah, this one should be more like this. There you go, that's already more 3-dimensional, and this one should be more like that. Right, there you go, you see? Now if we just were to imagine, there you go, that's a 3-dimensional cone, and that's a 3-dimensional cone. But obviously the size is a bit different and the ratios and all that shit, but I think that's what it is, right? A cone is much more 3-dimensional. And yeah, of course, the degree can vary, but then we have to think about how that affects the actual like the center point as well, because we're just trying to keep going from the center, right? Something like that. And of course, this is the box. The box can also be this, it can be this type of box, or we can literally have this type of box, depending on what angle we're looking from. But either way, maybe I'm just confusing whoever's watching. Although I would prefer you guys just listen. It's easier when it comes to retention purposes, and I don't have to assume people are watching this bullshit. So, yeah, okay, but that was still. I think I'm getting better at rotating, right? Slowly but surely. But let's do a cone and a cylinder again. I do want to get that down. So, and I like doing it at an angle because that helps me too. See, something like that. Right. Ta-da! That is much better. Because then this is cylinder that's going through. It's just going around. I guess the main question is if this. Okay, I guess my biggest question is why is this a curve? Well, it has to be a curve. If that is, if this is subtracting from this, right? It's not a straight line. Yeah, it has to be a curve. I think that makes sense to me. Right, this looks like a cylinder that's subtracting it, but then if we do a, I guess we should do it from a different angle just to really understand it. There you go. Okay. Right, it's kind of like a more turned around angle. It's from the right, but on the upper side. Right, I guess if you could say I'm looking at it from here. Like my eyes, like, oh, fuck. Oh. Looking at it from there, right? Good old camera on our head. Obviously didn't do the point, but yeah. Or is that correct, actually? Fuck, I don't even know anymore. Well, this, no, well, this curve is incorrect. This curve is not following it correctly. I was kind of in a rush with this one. I think the intent and the intent is correct and the understanding is correct, but the application needs to be more like this, perhaps. Right. Yeah, just a more subtle curve that actually goes along the contours. But yeah, let's give that a half. And nice. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, what other retarded shapes can I make? Well, maybe we could do something like, let's see. There you go, something like this. And maybe something like that, because one of them are usually slightly bigger, right? Although I should have made it hang a bit lower. And there you go. Life size. I mean, that's above average, but still. You know, we all can't all be winners. Well, I am. I'm 100% a winner. This is in fact on the lower end for me, right? Smiley face, but anyways, I guess let me practice just a more simple one shape having intersections. So let's do cube minus cone again. I think cube minus cone is actually what I'm struggling with the most. Oh no, cube plus cone is what I'm struggling with the most, but just for the sake of this space, let's do... Okay, now if I were to get a cone that's coming in like this, so we'd something like that. I think I got the angle wrong. I definitely got the angle wrong. That doesn't make any sense. Right, looks like it's jutting out. Let's try again. There you go. That's what I was thinking of. See, that's what's important to always visualize. Because otherwise you just lose sight of what you're making, you know? See, that makes a lot more sense. This one's way too much. Let me draw a couple more and then I'll rest my brain and then we'll move on. And let's just do sphere and cone, right? That one's actually pretty difficult too. So let's do sphere. Is that correct? Actually, I still need to figure out how elliptical objects interact when it comes to subtractions and additions. I think that's the main thing, right? That's the biggest struggle right now. So maybe we'll just focus on that. All right. I say the intent is rotate, rotate cluster, perspective, blah blah blah, or rotate, intersect, all that shit. But really, the goal, regardless of what I do, is just learn things that I'm not good at, practice things that I'm not good at, right? So again, if I were to think really difficultly, really intently, what the fuck am I saying? Jesus, fucking retard. Anyways, if we just rotate that actually, then what does it become? Because the sphere's contours, and then is it really just this? Shit, I should have made that a bit wider. No, none of this makes sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Okay, let me do one more here. Fuck it, and then yeah, that one really didn't make sense. Just gotta think harder, right? So, sphere just added on top of a cone. And I think that's good practice because it's the entirety of the cone. So I really have to think about all the contours surrounding the cone, right? Technically, it wouldn't just be... Yeah, no, never mind. Thinking of something else. Yeah, this is the real part about art, right? Because I'm a real one like that in the sense that I struggle. This is the part of art where things are extremely difficult. And I'll get a new page because I have one ready. Yeah, I have one ready. So just this last little section here. Let's really grind our brain. Let's see. So we have a sphere. I guess thinking out loud. Thinking out loud's been helping me. So I have a sphere and then I have a cone. So, or if I have a cone in this orientation, a sphere. I'm trying to blend it. Not blend it. What the fuck? Technically, it is blending, but I'm trying to add the sphere on top of the cone. It's well, here's the thing. I can choose where it happens, can't I? Wait, like this. Yeah, but the question is, why wouldn't it also just be like that? Right? It's about trying to figure out where they intersect, but it's also about trying to figure out where I want it to intersect, right? I think that's the most difficult is ellipse plus ellipse. But let me rest my brain, get a new page, and then we'll continue. Or I'll continue. You guys aren't doing shit. Fuck off. I'm doing the work. But perhaps that was a bit too abrasive. You know, we're all in this together, High School Musical and shit, right? We're a community, woohoo! Oh my god, we all have art friends. If you have me as an art friend, you honestly need to reevaluate your life. What the fuck? What kind of decisions have you made to enjoy listening to me while you draw, right? I don't want you to feel bad, but I do want you to feel shame. Okay. Alright, cool. So, elliptical object on elliptical object. Alright. Again, just cone on, sphere on cone. How the fuck does that work? Should I... Oh, wait, let me do the thing that they always promote, which I never do. By the way, I guess this is one of their main things, right? Always, not always, but I think pretty often try to have an orthographic view. Right now, my orthographic view is a sphere. Let's put the pen cap on. Safety first. Always use protection. Fuck, why'd I make this I'm so used to making this shit three-dimensional, whatever. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, so sphere on cone, right? That is the flat kind of side view, you know? Technically, it's just an all-around view, apart from the top or the bottom. But whatever, side view, right? Now this is adding onto this. How should it be done? Right? Well, the funny thing is, if I feel as if literally just doing this is technically how it should be done. If that's the view, right? If that's just the addition, it's kind of like it's just taken up the entire thing, no? Because it's taken up all of this. But I guess if we were to look at it maybe from the side, it would be different, right? Would it be... So you gotta think about the contours. So that's from the front. What would that look like from the side? Again, same thing. Now what would that look like from the side? If it's just like plopped right in the middle of this. No, that's the funny thing is if it's from the side, it's the same view. I literally just established that. God, I'm a fucking idiot. Okay, Okay, let's just not do this one specifically. Let's just try to figure out how a sphere would even interact with a cylinder if it was being added. If it was being added like this, right? Like that, I guess. How would it interact? Well, wouldn't it just be like this? Wouldn't that just be it? Because then you have the other side. A bit more than that, but yeah. No, but these are all the contours, and then it's just kind of flowing along side of the cylinder. Is that not accurate? But what if this same one I saw would be like this, right? Okay, I'm starting to understand a little bit, I think. Oh wait, I fucked that up a little. Yeah, I fucked up the right side. That okay, well, this is incorrect. So let me just finish this and make it incorrect. That's not what I was trying to do, but it would be something like this, right? If I were to look at it from like up here, right? Wouldn't it be something like this, where right? Wouldn't it be something like that if we were just to shift to the right a little bit? Because it's technically following contour. Is that not the case? Well, this would probably been bigger. This would probably been bigger. Maybe this would have been smaller. I don't fucking know, bro. I'm trying to figure this out. Ooh, but well, I'll figure it out at one point or another. Just gotta keep going, right? What if you do subtraction? Same thing, but now it's subtracted. How the fuck? How am I? How is subtraction easier than additions right now? Addition is supposed to be the easier one. It's supposed to be like just add it, bro. How the fuck am I struggling with this, bro? Well, what happened to the view on the camera? Did it change? Did I shift it? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did. I hope it was always like this, but whatever. Just because you can see the bottom part, like this part, a bit more. Or maybe I'm just fucking retarded. The second is more likely correct, but yeah, see, this is the other side, and then it's going around. Yep, makes sense to me. No, we don't see that it's going through because we're seeing this angle. This makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. So somehow I got the subtraction, But the addition I'm still struggling with. But again, this angle is probably just like this and then that, right? Or like this and then probably more of a drastic one. But then like this, right? Something like that. Something like that. But it's good. I'm thinking hard. I'm really trying to figure this out. Let me rest my brain. Okay, so I think the most important part when it comes to it's funny. I say rest my brain, and Hubaban Sensei is always like, don't use our brain during this period. Try not to think about anything. And it's only when I rest, quote unquote, rest my brain that I start thinking, okay, shit. So how does that work? How can I figure this out? I'm fucking the gap effect, bro. I'm fucking the gap effect. It's supposed to be good for you, 20x my speed. Instead, it's going fucking negative. I'm going backwards. But I say but a lot, don't I? But wait, what is it? Fucking. What is it like? Billy had a butter. What the fuck? There's like a tongue twister like that, right? Bitter, butter. I don't fucking know. Some shit like that. If you know the tongue twister in the comments, please don't tell me. I don't want to fucking know. That's literally a waste of my time and yours. Right? Fucking better things to do than be like, I know that tongue twister. Oh, please pick me. Fuck off. All right. Also like and subscribe. But okay, let's try a different angle. I think the biggest thing with the sphere is not only just keeping the entire sphere in mind, but to think about exactly where it interacts with this, right? So if it's like, if I decide to stop it here, well, it definitely has to go further. And then what? It's like this? And what is it here? Something like that. Should have made this angled a bit better. It's gonna look very two-dimensional, but I think I'm starting to understand the concept now. Yeah, it's very two-dimensional, but I think I'm starting to understand the concept, hopefully. Just gotta keep using that camera in my head. Right. Same thing if I were to just rotate this now. Yeah. It would be something like that, right? Something like that? It's following the contour, right? So it would actually be more like this. I think that's more correct. Yeah, same thing here. this. It's a very slight difference, but I think it makes all the difference. Oh, fucking retard. Alright. Let me just again practice a cone added on top of a box. I think I'm just gonna practice these two variations for the time being, because it's really gonna help me think about what it is that I want in life. Of course, I'll always make sure to fucking squish everything together for shits. Okay, that looks a bit better. Now if we're to rotate it. Probably should have connected that a bit better. I think I fucked up the perspective a little here. Wait, shit, did I? I can't tell anymore. I think I did. That's fucking stupid. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, because it should have been something like this. There you go. Yeah. So that line doesn't exist. Okay, that's a bit better. Again, it's still a bit too two-dimensional. Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense. I need to think more about the sort of infinite ellipses coming to a singular point and then expanding outward, or vice versa. I need to think more about that. But still, not bad, not bad. The whole point is I'm just thinking as hard as I can about these intersections, right? Again, we can do well, if I'm struggling with this, might as well do this a bunch more, just like I just did this a bunch more until I feel like I understood it a bit better, right? Just it's always I always go for I always go for like trying hard enough to understand it a bit better. Understand it? What the fuck do I have a what is this accent? This is a fucking like old-timey accent. What I do say that I should stop doing this and focus on the art, because that's more important. But yeah, I always try to do like understand it a bit more and then go to something else and then like go back to the other thing, right? Is it efficient? Who knows? Is it what I like to do? It's what helps me keep me keeps me interested. Jesus Christ. And that's good enough, you know. I think that's more than good enough. Just like how I wonder if there's too much variety in my practice, right? Mayhaps, perhaps even, fuck, I already said perhaps. I meant to say maybe even perhaps. I don't fucking know. Let's just, okay, cylinder intersecting the box. So if this is how I want the box, do something like this maybe. There you go. That makes it easier to. Then we could go that like all the way there. So yeah, it's crazy how my lines have gotten so much better. Right? I know they're still shaky, but look how fucking thin they are. And this is a new pen too, which is the crazy part. Yeah, let's give it a bit more depth this time around. Great. The box shouldn't just end where the intersection exists. We need a better idea of what this cone looks like. This cone probably is coming out a bit too much at that angle. That's a bit better. Okay, so now we're gonna completely flip this. Right? And so this plane is now this plane. So let's say, yeah, let's say this is now this. Right? So that is difficult because then this is sort of flipped over. So I'm gonna really try to visualize this. So I might go quiet for a very long time. So enjoy the background music. Yeah, I know my vocals are so good you couldn't even tell the difference, but you know, this multiverse, Jesus, that accent is not going away. This multiversal version of me is an artiste of the tactile nature, not the oral nature. That one's in the adult industry. Okay, let's see. It's a bit incorrect because this is like, it's supposed to be this plane, right? So it should have been actually more at this angle. This angle. But I am glad that I understood that because it's elliptical, this is also something that it would be going around. So it would be something like this, roughly. I'm glad I understood that, which is important. Understanding and execution go hand in hand, right? Artwad actually posted this really nice post today. It's like, I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it was something along the lines of, fuck, I don't know. It was like, to observe, you create. To understand, you draw. Some shit like that. I fucking know. That's not what it was. That sounds extremely pretentious and retarded. That is not what it was. But it was just something very, what's the word? Cogent or cogent? Poignant. No, poignant is the word. Cogent is something else. But poignant. It was very poignant. It was very poignant. And made me go like, wow, I'm an artiste. I'm an artiste. And I started nutting everywhere. But that was after I gave them a like, because I do respect them as a service, of course. Come on, I'm not a total degenerate. So let's try this again. And maybe we'll just make it like this time. Slightly different, right? Because I do want to think about this angle. Oh, okay, so it's probably... See, now that's the angle where it... Okay, because we want this side to also be attached. Oh no, it's not attached. It's coming out and then it's attached. Oh, okay. Cool, so it's more like this. Yeah. Yes, okay. Yes, queen! So, it's definitely more like this. Right. This might not be super accurate, but I think the idea is there. Wow. Okay, cool. I'm getting better at this, which is nice. Right. Wait, shit. Ah, fuck me, it's the wrong side. Oh no, I knew I fucked. Oh wait, is it? This thing's angle is off. Oh well, it's supposed to be, okay. These two are supposed to be much further back. Yeah, these are supposed to be much further back. They should be coming around here. Because look how close that is, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm pretty sure the angle in relation to the box is definitely a bit off, but I'll do another version and I'll think more on that. Or maybe I'll do a different type of combination. I think I'll do another version because I haven't done enough of this type of combination yet. Okay, let me rest my brain. I guess if I were to give advice, I don't. This maybe came out of nowhere, but I was just thinking because somebody commented asking how I approach my studies with the ArtWad program, right? And yeah, they don't have enough repetition right now as they did with the beginner basics course. I've talked about this before, but if there's one advice I can give, it's to think really hard and really take your time. This is something, and again, like I literally have little post-its here. I can actually maybe I can't pull any of these out. Okay, they look like oh, fuck. This one's also taped, but imagine it's like this, right? It's a post-it that essentially looks like this, and it's either fucking bright pink, bright yellow, right? And I just wrote a bunch of words on it, and it says shit like zoom out, think ahead, confident lines, current meta skills, right? It'll say like titles, current meta skills with like fucking two of them, current meta skills, and then underneath it's like zoom out, think ahead, confident lines. I always try to think about that as much as possible. And then there's another one that says Master Kim says, be patient, take your time, visualize the grid 24/7, think until discomfort. So yeah, I mean that's just like that's the gist of art. That's the gist of art. So if there's one specific tip I can give is really be patient and take your time, right? Okay, well I guess this is like two tips. Yeah, think really hard, and on top of thinking really hard, be patient. If you're uncomfortable, that means you're a hashtag winner. We all love hashtags around here. Fuck, is it? Well, it's not 2015 anymore, so I assume we're there's a different thing, like a different lingo, right? But okay, and then maybe I can just have a cone. What if a cone is pointed at me and then it's going in there, right? And this is the box. It's pointed at me going in there. Uh, Something like this. Try to visualize that. Why does my voice sound like that sometimes? Try to visualize that. Fuck. Hey, hey, hey! That over here! That movie was sad. If you guys have seen the movie, you would know what I'm talking about. Fucking shit came out of nowhere. I won't spoil, because no matter how old the movie is, I think it's still worth to watch and not get spoiled. I hate spoilers. I hate spoiling people on things. Right? I always try to be super vague. When I convince, oh, this is what the fuck. This is diverging to all hell. Okay, so it should have been something like this, and then maybe going inward. Yeah, because it's coming out. So if I were to do it from a different angle, actually the back angle, right? Let's do a back shot. We haven't done a back shot in a few weeks, which is honestly not good for libido, but you gotta do what you gotta yabba dabba do. Okay, so be something like that, right? Maybe not. I'm trying to think, because it's going this way. That doesn't make much sense, I don't think. Okay, because that should be a lot bigger if I was going to do it properly. Okay, well, what I'm trying to explain is the fact that what I'm trying to figure out is we have a cone interacting with us. Okay, let's do a different angle. And maybe, and not maybe, definitely thinking out loud is the key here, right? So we have the box, right? As always, this fucking beautiful box, which I keep making too thin. God damn it. We have the box, and we have a cone coming in from, let's just say, this angle, right? So this point is this point. So we have a cone coming in, that's this cone, right? It is adding. So is it like this? What I'm trying to think is like, okay, it stops there, but obviously the other parts of it, even if this is underneath, needs to connect like so, right? And then obviously the other part is also connecting, and then it's more like this, and then it's coming through. Fuck, I don't know, bro. Does that make sense? I'm trying to think about the intersections. This is what I'm trying to say, but I feel as if I'm completely bastardizing it, because that wouldn't make sense. Because then it would be something like this, right? We shouldn't be seeing that side. So it is actually the first time around I was correct, where I just intersected it into it. So really, this was the correct one. Where if it's at this angle, now we have this one as this one, right? Same thing, but it's adding into it, right, inside it. So it would just be like this, right? Well, it's not at enough of an angle. Probably should have been something like this. But yeah, it's just, this is the contour. If you go further, you'd probably see something like this. Fucking horrible examples. Horrible examples all around. Horrible examples for a horrible human being. I don't know why I just called myself a whore. Because I am. I stick my dick in anything and everything. Specifically this cylinder right here that has another cylinder intersected with it. Look at that, guys. Even in times of STDs rising and balls itching, we still manage to reference art. Isn't that beautiful? There you go. Look at that, I'm starting to understand that more. And now that's the cylinder going through. Look at that, I visualized it. Holy shit, I'm learning. I'm learning. Alright, let me rest my brain. But I want to keep doing the cone in the box, because that is clearly a struggle. So let's continue struggling. let's what the fuck? Deep voice. Where's my deep voice? Let's continue struggling. There you go. Oh, that shit fucking hurts. I'm gonna pull my back doing a deep voice one day. Why not today? Don't let your dreams be dreams. You know, the sad part is, even if there wasn't an audience to talk to, I'd still be making these jokes to myself and chuckling and laughing. The only thing is the fact that now I have some people to share my retardation with. And again, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you people. I don't know why you guys like this shit. You know, I'm actually waiting for the one person to say, I don't like it and I think you're cringe. I'll delete his comment immediately. Or her, you know, I think women can be haters too. depending on their emotions. Every one time of the month. One time of the month? Every once in the month. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I do know what I'm saying. I was making a joke that was supposed to be sexist, and I failed so badly. This isn't even a character redemption arc, this is just sad. I am actually really excited to get cancelled in the future. Well, they'll be like, he said the thing, he did the thing, and I'll be like, I did do the thing, except I won't do that. I've realized the best way to not get cancelled is to simply not acknowledge the canceling. just let people you live rent free in their heads, and that's my goal. I want to be free of rent. So I think that's a pretty admirable goal, to be honest. But I don't know why I did that. I think I was just trying to do a random intersection. We could even do something like this. What if we have a cone coming in, like a tiny one? Right? Wouldn't it be something like that? And then it's cone coming in, going into there. Something like that? Or would it be more straight? I don't know. Yeah, cone and cylinder. Cone minus cylinder is actually somehow simpler, because it's just like, let's say I have a box. Okay, let's do a different angle. Let's do a different angle. Right? Wow, what a unique angle that I just did right here and here and here. What? I'm so creative with my angles, aren't I? But the real angle is the lines I drew along the way. But let's say right? So if well, nothing's happening here. Establish that in my mind. But if I want a cone being subtracted, something like this, and then something like that. I guess that'd be a big ass cone. Well, yeah, this is technically what it would be, right? Ta-da! That's the cone. But because I made it so big, it's just we just see this. But this is obviously what's intersecting, and yeah, this see it's going around. It's all about lines intersecting with other lines, which is very, 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 very fucking hard to think about. All right, let's not sugarcoat it. Again, I don't want to sugarcoat it. Getting to this point was very, 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 very difficult. You know, I hope the fucking autistic noises really solidified how difficult it was. If only you fuckers could see my body language when I do that 500 sub Q&A. You guys will see exactly what my fucking body's spasming out to when I'm making these noises. I guess I gotta do the hand motion. There you go. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just one giant fucking hyperventilation or epileptic attack. So yeah. How many minutes? Oh shit! A low battery, 20%. 20. I hope it's 20%, not 10%. Okay, well it's 58 minutes, and that should be enough time to do some more shit. Next time I do this, I'll probably practice lines. So let's do a couple more boxes and cones, and then we'll do cones and spheres. Yeah. So box and cone additions and cone and sphere additions. Somehow I'm really struggling with this. So again, I think the main thing is just to find 2 points where they intersect and then start thinking about that, right? So what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking about how this is obviously sort of on the other side, right? Like this is into it. So this, it's gonna make a fucking stupid joke about TurboTax. I'm just gonna give up on that. I've been seeing that shit everywhere, bro. What the fuck? Anyways, this is just me being subject to marketing ploys by a large financial company. But my own propaganda experience aside, I'm thinking like, okay, it's attached here, then it's going along its own. Yeah, it's just going along the contours, and we're stopping and curving here because I don't think it makes sense to curve all the way around. I don't know, something about that doesn't make sense. Well, I need to be able to verbalize it, right? I think this intersection does make a lot of sense, to be honest. I just need to be able to verbalize it, right? So why did I not go any further? Was it a choice I made? No fucking shit, it was a choice I made. What kind of fucking stupid ass question is that, right? This is how you problem solve. You ask yourself 100 retarded ass questions until you get to the one that you're like, something to explore there. So, oh, my neck is so fucking painful, even though I have a goddamn upright desk and everything. Also, please click on my socio link and get this desk, right? It'll really help your neck and it'll really help my bank account. But mainly your neck, of course, after my bank account. That's the order of priority. But okay, why? Anyways, fucking stop with the fucking bits. Holy shit. Okay, why did I make this choice? Because we're meeting the contours along this way, and even though this keeps going, this is why can't it go further is the question. Could it go further? Technically it could go further, but it changes the orientation of the sphere and the addition that I'm making. I think that's the thing with addition specifically, is the fact that you can choose the placement in space. That's one of the main things to keep in mind that I always try to recall, like keep in mind, fucking obviously, is this: you can choose the orientation as well, especially with spheres. Technically, the orientation can change completely, and that can and as well as where you decide to have it intersect in space. Space. I can actually do the exact same one, I'd like to think, but instead it'd be something like that. See? And now we're doing a different type of addition. It's a bit awkward because it's supposed to be more like this, this specific line, this one right here, right? But I think that's why, and that's how it works. Because again, we're still thinking about all these contours, and we're still thinking about this is essentially a curved object. This is like the most infinite fucking perfectly elliptical object in the world, right? A sphere. So I think that makes sense. I mean, again, like the good thing is I still have this to get to in the ArtWad beginner roadmap, so I can always watch that lesson and then have my current understanding reinforced, and then have a new understanding be enforced, right? Which I can then drill and drill and drill. Oh yeah, biggest thing by the way with art is just drilling, intentional drilling. I'm sure you guys know this at this point with the way I draw and all that shit, but that's a really big thing I'd like to keep saying, is you have to drill intentionally, right? When you're practicing, specifically when you're practicing. Mindless doodling, if I was just like, I'm gonna practice lines, and I was like, fuck, my lines wouldn't be good. Even when I'm doing this shit, I'm still trying to make my lines clean, because I'm not at a point yet where I can just do effortless lines, right? Let's say about 60% of these are effortless, but again, I'm trying to be Kim Jong-il, or my version of Kim Jong-il, right? They all have to look amazing. So yeah, and I'm really happy that like I can already do a line like this pretty decently. Of course, it still has skips and stuff, but I'm very happy. And all it took was a fucking like half an inch difference, which is an above average difference, by the way, and not even half an inch, right? So slightly less than above average in my hand placement, which is going like fucking halfway through the barcode to just the end of the barcode, or like the beginning of the barcode. That's it. Technically, I could probably already do it from here as well. Yeah, but it's slightly harder. But then I move up. It's much easier. Maybe you can't tell the difference. I can feel the difference, right? And feeling is believing, and believing is revealing. There you go. It rhymed, so it must be profound, I guess. But okay, so I did this, and then we should do. Oh, look at. But you see what I mean? How I didn't practice this for 25 minutes, but then I went back to it, and already the application was better because I came to a conclusion, and I thought pretty hard about these two specifically, and I corrected my error. Correcting your errors was also another error. Is what I'd fucking recommend, right? Always try to notice your errors. That word just sounds weird now. Error. Is it because I'm whitewashed? I roll my R's. Who what way is the right way. I will bleach my skin one day. Just watch. In Minecraft, of course. I don't know what I'm doing here. Just fuck it. Whatever. Now I have to commit. Whatever. I practiced chamfering today, so I guess this is my way of somehow intuiting it. But all right, okay, let's do one more. It's been a minute. Fuck. It's been a minute, fam. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. It's been an hour and 6 minutes. Bruh, I need to stop fucking jerking my head. My right trapezius is hurting. Oh, if you want to learn anatomy, just get jacked. It's very easy. Spend 5 to 6 of your life, 5 to 6 years of your life, you know, building or sculpting the perfect body. In my case, 9.5, because I have below average genetics. But yeah, just dedicate your life to getting fit, and then you can just use yourself as a reference when it comes to anatomy. Although if you have subpar inserts like me in some areas, maybe you still need to educate yourself somehow. But okay, let me just stop talking and just do fucking one more box with cylinders, cones. So again, when you think about this, it's going in. This is the fucking point. It's literally a point like this, so I don't even know if that's correct, but just thinking right now. Maybe. Oh shit. I fucked up. Bless me. I fucked up. That line is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be here. We'll just ignore it because it's very easy just to ignore lines. And then we'll do another, just for shits, we'll do another one right here. This time we'll make part of it come out. Okay, and I'm gonna rotate it over here, and then I'll call it, because I don't know if this is accurate, because I'm trying to think of like a giant ass cylinder going through, but does it come, like, is it perceived like that? We don't know, or at least I don't know, and you might not know either, right? So please teach me if you do know. Fucking goddamn it, stop withholding information. And hashtag stop gatekeeping art. You understand me? Let's make that trend, guys. Hashtag stop gatekeeping. And you have to make sure to like bold and put like a fucking like this. Make sure to put this emoji. What is it? Wait, fuck, it's this. Oh wait, what is it? No, it's the fucking 8 equal D and then the squiggles. Make sure to put that around the word art, so people know we're serious. We're serious business. But if I just rotate it slightly, would be like. Okay, so this is a giant cone, right? So it's more like this, and then it's coming around like so. Once it hits the plane, it doesn't really make sense that it would go inwards, but okay, and the plane is like right here. Let's just say it's facing us, right? It's kind of like this. Yeah, like that. What's happening here then? Okay, so we got something like this. So is it like that? I don't know. I'm gonna have to double check. I think I did that wrong, but you know, it's what it is. Still figuring things out, still trying to understand what's going on. And then this fucking thing is more like this. How did wait, what? Oh wait, no, he's like, it's like this. My bad. Wait. Fuck. Did I fuck it up again? That's the plane. It is facing this way, actually. Yeah, I think this is correct. My beard. I guess it should have been more this way. I don't fucking know, bro. I give up. I don't care anymore. I do care, but I think I'm slowly getting it. Let me just draw another box here that has, let's say, cylinder. Subtraction. Right. Again, I'm gonna be so fucking ahead in terms of my progress when it comes to and then let's add a okay, let's just add yeah, I'm gonna be so ahead when it comes to my art backlog, guys. Like, it's gonna be hilarious because right now it is April 13th, I believe. 13th or 14th? 14th? 14th, April 14th. No, it's April 14th, I believe. So, okay, whatever. I'm done. I feel as if I worked my brain. Again, I always feel as if I could have done more, and I'm always trying to do as much as I can. But again, I think it's going pretty well, and I'm actually happy. Like, I had fun. I practiced a lot. I feel as if there was an improvement, right, in my understanding and application. And it's all about marginal gains, right? The aggregation of marginal gains. I love that statement, right? An improvement in anything is the aggregation of marginal gains. I would even add another sentence, which would be the aggregation of marginal gains coupled with intentional repetitions over an extended period of time, right? That sounds pretty fucking good, doesn't it? Sounds pretty profound. I love that word, profound. What's another word for profound? Swag. Yeah, that sounds pretty swag. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm extremely backlog's going good. I literally after today and tomorrow's exporting, I will have videos queued up until beginning of May, which is 3 weeks from now. So yeah, I will have videos queued up for quite a fucking while. I have 16 videos, 5 videos a week. Yeah, 3 weeks and one extra week, like one day of the week. And it's only gonna get more and more. Once at any point you guys are bitching at me for not understanding something, just assume I've already understood it. Just assume I'm much further ahead, right? But yeah, watch me become great. Thank you. Oh yeah, begging for likes and subscribes. Please, please, please like, subscribe. I mean, if you're here at this point, you're a fucking moron if you haven't liked or subscribed at this point. What the fuck are you doing? You wasted your time listening to this piece of shit ramble on and on, right? Talking about random shit nobody cares about. You especially don't. And yet, you still have the audacity not to give him the one thing he's been pilfering for. Pilfering? No, pilfering means to steal. Peddling. Yeah, peddling for. This entire fucking time is goddamn just press a button. Press 2 buttons. Press 3 buttons even. Last one being my OnlyFans. God, dude, I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying. These are such horrible, horrible, horrible jokes. Emphasis on the whore. But you know what it is? I'm trying to be entertaining. The more I try to be entertaining, the less I am entertaining. It's time to take a step back. Alright, I'm back to normal, guys. I apologize for the cringe, but yeah, Viggy fam, we're back at it again. Hashtag Viggy, hashtag is back, hashtag fam again at it. So, oh yes, did I already beg for likes and subscribes? I did, right? Yeah, please like, subscribe, fuck off, kill yourself. What else is there? Commit the Sudoku. Right, in Minecraft, kill yourself in Minecraft specifically. You know, I'm only here to promote hate speech in video games because I have to live up to the toxic gamer mentality, right, and approach, that type of shit. But anyways, I think I've extended my stay. I think you've extended your stay. So as always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money. Thank you.